Okay, so for the cylinders, I'm actually going to use some two-stroke oil to lubricate those a little bit. Doesn't really take a lot of this stuff. This will prevent any rust too if it's sitting for a little while. Okay, so it's time to go ahead and put the cylinder on. I should have a ring compressor for this, but I don't. So I'm gonna try to do it this way. They're tiny cylinders and it's got a nice bevel on it, so hopefully it'll work. Which way goes forward? Okay, that way. So I'll bring this in here. Get the pistons in the center there. Get this a little better in frame here. Okay, that's better. So the way I usually do this is I try to get one side of the ring in, then usually you can just press it with a screwdriver or something like that to get both sides in. Four cylinders are a little bit harder because there's, well, you know, two sides or two pistons trying to go in at the same time. There we go. Here we got the first one in. Okay, and I'll just keep working the rings in until I get it a little bit more into the groove. Yeah, just like that. Usually it's easiest to get the open side of the rings into the groove first. So I just push on that one a little bit. There we go. Okay, now it's down to the oil ring, which is on this side. Almost got it there. There it is. Okay. Now I usually like to turn the engine gently, bringing the other pistons higher up. Usually I have to go ahead and put the timing chain in at this point. So it looks like we already got the first ring started on these. No problem there on that one. Go ahead and give the second ring a push in. And there it is. And lastly, the oil ring. There it is. I think we got it. Or nearly. Maybe one little spot over here. There it is. Okay. Okay, so the next thing that needs to go in are the oilers that go on the top of the head. They look like this, little silver thingies. And they have an O-ring, like a thick O-ring that goes on them. Then they go right down in that hole. So it's nicely seated in there. One on each side. And there it is. Okay. Okay, the next thing to go in are the dowels. There's going to be two in the back here. One here, then one here and one here, but these have a rubber O-ring on them, like another thick O-ring. Let's go ahead and put these back ones in first, or try to anyway. Sometimes dowel pins can not agree. That one went in. See if these will go in. Nope. I think this one did. And there's one of those thick O-rings that's going to go on it. Okay, well those are stuck for now. Alright. Okay, so now the head gasket's ready to go on. It goes on that way. over all this stuff. So go ahead and let that chain fall back in there for now. I'm actually gonna do it the other way. It has like a rubbery coating, and I imagine this is less flat. Or that the hole goes forward anyway. I'm not sure if it matters. Okay, so up next is the head. There's really not a lot to it. You just sort of put it on there. Go ahead and take some stuff out of it so it's not so heavy. Okay, here it goes. Sure, get it all lined up right. You don't want to break these off for sure. There's going to have to be some tapping because I didn't get those dowels all the way in. Okay, it's down. Alright, it's time to bolt the head down. Okay, so up next I'm going to go ahead and put the copper washers back on. These are the original ones, but I nailed them. So they're ready to go for another round. I think I might be a few short, so I'll start in the middle, work my way out. Oh, got all those. Okay. So then I'm just gonna start the nuts on it. Pretty sure I am missing a few of these. I think that's where these go, but honestly, I'm not 100%. But either way, it looks like I'm about too short, so I'm gonna try to find those. Okay, I found two more. And these tall ones right here go on the back too, right here. They go, they bolt into the head, or the top half of the head. And two more down here in the short spark plug hole ones that you're gonna wanna drop down in there on accident. One over here also. Alright, now it's time to torque the head down. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and torque down the head bolts. These are just torqued down to 15 foot-pounds actually, so not real tight, relatively. So I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way out in a crisscross pattern. Remember to do it smooth. So it didn't tighten yet with a lot of tightening, so I'm going to go ahead and go to another one here. That one torqued. So then I'll go this next layer here. Okay, now I've gone through all of them once, so I'll go back to the middle and start from there again. So I get that 15 foot-pounds. Okay, so that's torqued down now. So next I need to put some of the pieces back in the head, like the chain sliders. This is one of them here. This is the one that goes on the front side. It doesn't really matter which direction, so just kind of put it in there and make sure you get it in that bottom channel in there. And kind of fill it in there. And have a look. Then of course the back one. It has a little piece on the end here, and it slots into a slot down at the bottom also. It's a little more tricky. Okay. Then it has a top cap that goes on. So it looks like the chain, I didn't put it all the way, the chain guard back. which is not good. Oh well, I'm not doing it that way, it looks like. Gotta press down pretty far there. Oop. You don't want that to happen. So I'm depressing that and then tightening this down to keep it from going back down, so this sits, so you can see how much lower it is now. It's 10. Oh, tighten it up with this. So then there's a little cap that goes on the top here, as you can see. Just kind of sits on it like that, and then 2 of the bolts go in. Right there. Definitely keep a magnet around, it makes it a lot easier when that happens. So the other thing that needs to go up here are these things. I'm going to replace these O-rings, and then they're oilers, they go right here. There we go. It's one off. And these are different sizes, so you can't really get them mixed up anyway. So that's just going to go on there like any O-ring does. And I'll put a little assembly lube on it so it doesn't tear going into the hole or something. It just goes right in here and then goes down to that spacer sits on that. There it is, it's in. That's all there is to it. It just squirts oil on the cam. Okay, and this one's just gonna go right here, same way.